Hi, this is Gene DiNapoli. Just want to let you know that your comments tonight might be shown on screen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gene DiNapoli.
Well, hello, everybody. Happy Monday, May the 24th. Welcome to the 38th episode of Reminiscing with Gene DiNapoli. And once again, I'm so happy to say I'm still Gene DiNapoli. Yes, even getting both my vaccine shots, I'm still Gene DiNapoli. All right, no third ear, no third arm, still Gene DiNapoli. Welcome, everybody. We got a great show for you tonight. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Hi, this is Francisco. Many people call me the Creative CPA. If you need help with your taxes or financial matters, please email me your cell number and the best time and day to call you. You can email me at franciscisco@aol.com, and Cisco is spelled SISCO, the Creative CPA. It's that simple, that easy. Thank you.
Little Italy Auto Repair at 628 Crescent Avenue in the true Little Italy of the Bronx. Over 50 years of automotive service excellence, ASE and state certified, offering all types of services to all types of cars. Discounts to first responders, military, Fordham University students and faculty. All work is done by Victorio with the highest level of quality possible. Telephone number is 718-933-2365 or visit his website at www.littleitalyAutobronx.webs.com. That's Little Italy Auto Repair.
Hi, my name is Howard, and along with my partner Karen, we are Cruise Planners Dream Destinations Travel. Contrary to the name, we are a full-service travel agency specializing in individual, multi-generational, and group vacations. Certified with all major cruise lines, we are also represent all resorts and all-inclusives throughout the beautiful Caribbean and Mexico. Let us build your dream vacation. Please call us at 347-398-8653 for a free, no-obligation quote.
Thank you to all our sponsors. We're so happy you're here with us to help us offset the cost of doing a show like this. Another way to offset our costs is we made up some T-shirts to sell with the first 15 guests on that T-shirt. And we want to show it to you now. They have been going like wildfire. We only have small and mediums right now, but we do have large, extra large, and double extra large coming in. But if you want small and mediums, send me a message through the Reminiscing with Facebook page on Facebook, and we can tell you how to get one of those. So thanks a lot. We appreciate that. And what's the next thing we're going to talk about? Okay, next week's show. We say it now, we say it later because a lot of people can't stay with us. We got them. One of the biggest hit songs in the world, knocked the Beatles out of first place in 1964. Chapel of Love. I mean, really, do you need more than that? If you're going to have a major hit, we're going to be talking to Barbara and Rosa Hawkins, two of the original Dixie Cups. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's next week, May 31st at 7 o'clock. So make sure you tune in with us there. Don't forget, our show can be heard on HamiltonRadio.com and ItalianAmericanRadio.com. If you want to just listen to the shows in your car, join those two platforms, and you can hear our shows in addition to seeing our shows here on YouTube and Facebook. And that reminds me, please join my YouTube channel at Gene DiNapoli, because once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be able to monetize and get bigger guests. I can't tell you how many guests, how many performers I've called, and they said, well, you know what? You don't have that many subscribers. So when you get more, but the people we've had on our show, the past 37 guests and our 38th, graciously accepted while we were just starting out. So because of them, we're a success. Excuse me. Speaking about successes, of this past weekend, we had some great shows. Friday night, we had a great crowd at my monthly Elvis show at San Martino in Yonkers, New York. And being that next week is Memorial Day, I wanted to end it a special way. So I did Elvis Presley's rendition of America the Beautiful, and I brought on stage with me to end the show. Anthony, where's that picture? Not wrong picture. There you go. This was a Marine in the audience named Victor, and I asked Victor to get on stage with me and hold my mic stand, which has the American flag that was gifted to me by Pepe Cardona of Alive and Kickin'. And we ended the show with America the Beautiful. So we want to say thank you to Victor. Thank you to my nephew, Nicholas, who just became a Marine last week. He made it through his crucible. And thank you to all our past, present, and future armed forces, police, firemen, and EMS workers. Thank you for all you do. Then Saturday afternoon, I got the pleasure of performing at a young lady's birthday party in Country Club right down the block from my house. Happy birthday to Kelly. And at the event was a friend of mine who could be seen in a movie called The Irishman. This is a picture of me and my pal Sal Amore, which means Sally Love. Sal is a writer, producer, director, and I'm going to be a co-star in one of his movies coming up. So we got that. Thank you so much. Then we had a sold-out show at Rigoletto's on Saturday. Then yesterday I had a couple of pina coladas, which we really need. We really need. Yes, Joanne, you took the picture. Okay, so we have listeners and viewers literally from around the world, not just New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and around the country. So we had told a lot of people, if you have something you want to promote, like a show, just ask. Well, one of my friends reached out to us today, as a matter of fact, and asked if I would promote a show for him. This is a show, Anthony, concert. Wrong, concert lineup. Right. This is a show taking place in Long Island on Saturday, July 31st, produced by Legends and Bebop Presents. It's a 60s rock and classic show. I mean, you're talking about, keep that up, Anthony, please. Thank you. Look at this lineup. First of all, Jay Siegel's Tokens. Jay was a guest of ours a few weeks ago, right? Dennis Tufano, original lead singer of the Buckinghams. Dennis will be on our show June 7th. Then you have a friend of ours whose father was not one of the best, one of the greatest of the best. Bobby Wilson doing a tribute to his father, Jackie Wilson. Then, if that's not enough, you have three of the biggest soul groups ever. First, Russell Tompkins and the New Stylistics. Who doesn't love the Stylistics, right? Then, Harold Melvin's Blue Notes. Wake up, everybody. Come on. Everybody know Love I Lost, Bad Luck, right? And then Disco Inferno, which I sing every show that I do, The Tramps. I look at this lineup, all right? Backed up vocally by the Chiclets, musically by Coda Band, and hosted by the Wise Men. So, I mean, get your tickets. Where is the phone number? Where's the phone number? Is there no phone number there? Okay, we're going to put the phone number in our comments, or just go to legendspromotions.com and look up their July 31st show and order tickets. That's what we need you to do. Okay, now, something a little more sentimental to my heart. Last year, I did a show for an organization on Facebook to raise $1,000. It's an organization called Visions, and they raise money for the blind and visually impaired people. We had a goal of $1,000, and through you people, my friends, my fans, my family, we raised $5,700 in an hour. I can't thank you enough for what you guys do for me. And because of that show, and because of other things I've done, the Visions organization awarded me one of the Man of the Year awards for 2020. And unfortunately, with COVID, we could not have the dinner. Well, it's going to be held this year, Anthony. The Bronx and Westchester Visions Advisory Board Awards will be held on July 21st, 2021 at the Pine Restaurant in the Bronx, New York. Now, we have tickets for sale. If anybody would like to know about them, send me a message. But also, they have a journal. So if you would like to support Visions, or you want to say thank you for me, maybe thank you for this show, if you'd like to take an ad out in their journal, we'd love to send you some information. There you go. Visions Bronx Westchester Advisory Board Awards Dinner, July 21st. Send me a message and we will send you the information. And I want to thank my dear friend Lisa Lacasio for nominating me for that wonderful award. Okay. Are you guys ready? Okay, because I'm ready. So, too many times in musical history, a focus of a group is only put on the lead singer. Now, the lead singer of this group, phenomenal. The group actually started a little bit before and was continued after the lead singer went on his own. So tonight, we're going to bring in an original doo-wopper, an original rock and roller, who still today is keeping his group alive. He's going to tell us about the past. He's going to tell us about the present. And he's got some great tidbits about the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome, as we do every time we introduce a guest, the founding member and the keeper of the flame of a group called the Crests. Please say hello to our guest tonight, Mr. J.T. Carter. J.T., come on in.
Hello.
Hi, J.T.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're great. How are you today?
Fantastic. Good to be talking to you guys over there in my city.
That's right. It is your city, isn't it?
That's right. I got to get back there too and stay, never leave again.
Well, when you're ready to come back, JT, my wife has a macaroni and meatball dinner waiting for you.
And now you're talking. I can do that. Plus, I can do some kishka on the side.
Listen, we got to trade off. We got to trade off. JT, it is so great. Thank you. It is so great to have you here, JT. As I said, you are the founding member of one of the most famous groups. Everybody knows the hits and everybody knows the major hits. But tonight,
Right.
I want people to get to know you, JT, the group as a whole, and what the group meant in the early mid-50s, because you did some groundbreaking stuff, including being one of the first, if not the first, interracial American rock and roll group.
First I ever saw.
First you ever saw. And what year would that have been? What year would that have been?
I'm sorry?
What year did that happen?
You know what? These years just passed by me, so I'll throw it in the tank and say 1955.
Okay, 55 in New York City.
Because I was in junior high school and on the Lower East Side, and yeah, 65 down in downtown Manhattan, down by Suffolk Street, Grand Street, all of those streets down there. I feel like I named each one.
Well, that's okay because everybody loves that area. Now, you started the group, say 55, and a lot of people don't know. I happen to know this because I am a fan of yours, but your group originally consisted of 5 members, 4 male and 1 female. So right now I'd like to mention the 4 male members and then the female, because a lot of people are going to be surprised. So the group was founded by you, JT Card. What does JT stand for, by the way?
It just stands for JT. My father couldn't spell too well, so he just gave me letters. But that is better than him giving me numbers.
Yeah,
giving me 65.
Absolutely. So besides you, the group was also Talmadge Tommy Go.
Right.
He was what? He was the bass singer?
No, Tommy was a tenor.
Tommy was a tenor.
His voice sounded like Clyde McFadden.
Right, I'm sorry. You were the bass
kind of voice he had.
Then you had Chico Torres. Right. And then the other male was Johnny Mastrangelo, who shortened it to Johnny Maestro.
Right.
But the female in the group was a young lady named Patricia Vandross, who was the oldest sister of Luther Vandross.
Right, and she was the first one that ever touched my hand.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, it's just that when we used to dance and do stuff, she used to grab me by the hand and turn me around.
Wow. What? So they were all
girlfriend. That's what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha.
I never even thought about women.
Right. So you were all from that neck of the neighborhood down there?
Yeah, down there. In fact, where we started singing was Mott Street and Mulberry Street down in the by the prison down there by the jail.
Right.
We used to sing on Mott Street, and we get money for the San Gennaro feast, and we do all of those things. That's why we had very strong roots, very strong Italian roots.
Right. I didn't know that you did the San Gennaro feast, so we must try to get you back there once the feast resumes. But let me ask you this. When you grabbed Patricia, she was very young. Am I correct?
Yeah, well, we were about the same age.
Okay.
In fact, I think she might have been about a year or something younger than me. But at that time, she was in junior high school when I was.
Right. Now, was Luther already born at this point?
Yeah, he was like he was a little scutch, a little pain in the butt. He used to like what he'd do is while we were trying to sing, because we used to rehearse up at Patricia's house. And while we were trying to sing, he used to bang on the piano, and he used to like do things like to mess with us.
Come on, really? Yeah, wow.
And his mother would say, "Boy, get out of there! Leave them alone. They're gonna be somebody one day."
And did he leave you?
Luther Vandross to that.
Yeah. And did he leave you alone, or was he a scutch all the time?
No, he was a scutch all the way. But he the reason why he loved me because my mother used to buy him an extra large ice cream whenever the ice cream man came around.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's great. Did Luther ever sing in the house when you were doing the rehearsal?
Yeah, he tried, but he wasn't too good then.
Okay.
He was like, he would get in the way. That was, he would get in the way, And he wanted to be there. So I didn't realize how bad he wanted to be there until I saw him years later starring these shows.
Right.
You know? And then I realized he wanted it probably worse than we did.
Well, I'd like to say he wanted it different, not worse, because
yeah, but he was. I mean, he was persistent and consistent, and you should have seen it. You would have wanted to whack him too.
Well, maybe I would have. You never know. You never know. So in 1956, you were found rehearsing. You were singing in the New York subway system. Is that true? Is that how you got found?
Yeah, we were on the subway. I mean, the place was that we were so lucky because we had the subway. The subway made us sound good when we didn't sound that good, and because of the echo and all of that stuff, and beside the bathrooms and the other places that we would find to sing, right. We used to have this sing off with other groups down in the subway, and it was a good thing, and you know, because singing on the subway and on the Staten Island ferry against Vito Pacone and those guys.
Yeah.
We were lucky. We got the girls. We sounded a little better than they did.
Oh, does Vito know that?
Yeah, he knows it. Right down in South Beach, by the beach, they'd be on one street corner, and we'd be on the other, and they'd throw money at us and everything, you know?
Yeah. Let me ask you, before Johnny joined the group, were you guys going out as a quartet originally?
No, we weren't really. It was just for fun, you know.
For fun.
We was just for fun, and what it was, Johnny Maestro heard about us, and we heard about him from a guy named Morrow, who was one of a group called the Five Keys.
Yeah, Rudy Webb.
He heard us in singing in the projects. And he says, man, you guys are great. He said, but I know there's a guy that fit right in with you. And then he took us down to the subway, and Johnny happened to be down there with some other guys. And Johnny sang a little, and then we sang some with him, and Johnny just flipped over us. And we put it all together.
Yes, you did put it together, and your first single was a two-sided hit. So we're going to play a little bit, JT, of your first single release. Anthony, give us a little bit of My Juanita.
Juanita, oh how I love you, Juanita, oh how I need you, my darling, won't you please be mine? Please be mine. Juanita, love you sincerely, yes, darling. Oh, so dearly, my angel, won't you please be mine? Please be mine. Well, you know, my...
Wow. And then if that wasn't good enough, JT, what'd you say?
And Juanita, well, she knew, none of us ever were with Juanita, but we used to watch her as she walked through the projects, and her hips would go from side to side because she had that walk. She had that beautiful body, that beautiful Puerto Rican body, and she'd walk past us, and she'd know she would turn us on, and we didn't know what to do about her. And so I said, oh, and she walked past us, and then we follow her to the subway. And we'd be doing wah wah choo choo choo, you know. That was how it began.
So Juanita was a real person.
Yeah, she was fine. She
So
was fine, Puerto Rican.
how did she react when you guys put it on wax? A little tribute to her.
You know what? I never really found that out because she was a little older than us. You know, we were like, we felt like we were looking at Marilyn Monroe, like our tongues were dragging the ground as we
Wow.
walked. I'm sure she was impressed, and she liked it, but she was older than us. But so she moved on, and she couldn't be around us and see us do shows and stuff. She never saw us do a show. She just heard us singing behind her and doing Sweetest One.
Do you know if Juanita is still with us today?
I don't have the slightest idea.
Juanita, if you're out there listening to this show and you are there, you are still with us, or if anybody's mother or grandmother is from the lower side of Manhattan and she might be the Juanita, we want you to get in touch with us because we want to let you know that you were the inspiration for one of the best doo-wop songs out there.
I'd like to see her myself.
Yes, we're going to try to make that work.
Because I put the glide in her stride.
You did. All right. I can see how this is going here. So now we flip over the record and you have your first charted success with a song called Sweetest One. And we're going to play a little bit of that right now. Anthony, Sweetest One. What a great song. What a great song. So your first record tops the Hot 100. That's pretty good.
We came right out of the box with a hit. We don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
We came right out of the box with it. Bingo. Right. I know there was no money or nothing behind it. It just went.
It just went.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So now you're
what the hell was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. But it gave them the feeling. You see, with the songs, the way it was, at that time, I would go in one room. First, we'd write a song. Johnny always claimed that he wrote them because he was singing the lead part, but we put the feeling there, so he had something to sing off. It gave him the will to sing it like that,
right?
And then we all chose the words together. But Johnny was the one. He claims he wrote it, so he wrote it.
All right. You could always, you know what? It doesn't matter who wrote it right now. It's so good that it's in American history, American music history, that these songs were done.
Right.
And done with such class and stuff like that. Now, JT, everybody knows the big hits by everybody else, by you guys. So what we try to do with this show is we try to let people hear about the unknown hits, the songs that really didn't define people, but us great songs as well. And right after that, in 58, you did another song, which happens to be a great, great song, called Pretty Little Angel. Could you tell us about that song?
And that was the one where we wanted to make people dance. And so this was a little song with the energy. Harp, 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 boom, 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 pretty little angel. I love you. It's true. So don't. And it had that thing to it. And it made Johnny liked it too because it perked him up, and his cheeks turned pink, and he felt like he was singing to Juanita. Wow. I guess.
That's great. We're going to play a little bit of that song that gave the bop and the bump and the step of the Crests from 1957/58. Here we go. Pretty Little Angel. That is a dancing song.
That's a good one.
That's a dancing song. Yeah.
And And I had Johnny doing splits and everything to that.
Wait a minute. I've seen Johnny Maestro throughout the years many times. You're telling me that he would do splits.
We had him doing splits.
Wow.
I mean, because he had to keep up with the crowd. You know, Johnny was one of those guys, he wanted to be it. And so the only way he could prove that he was it, that he did the splits. We let him do them.
And he did them well?
He did them well.
That's great. See, everybody, those of you that saw Johnny Maestro in the late 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s with the bridge, and he stood there and sang with that voice, now you know he was also a mover.
Yes, he was.
Wow. That's funny. And I'm not being racist at all. Trust me. I'm not that way.
No.
But here's the group.
We know we're not racist. We're a part of the whole thing, and we're part of the rainbow. That was going to be the first group. The first name I was going to choose for the Crests was Rainbow, because I thought we were like the rainbow.
Right. No, I'm saying I'm not racist about this remark I'm going to say, but an interracial group with African Americans, Puerto Ricans, the Italian guy does the split.
It wasn't happening no place else.
Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Now we know that Maestro is a mover.
Yeah, in fact, we got him to going. In fact, Thomas Goff was really the one. He was a real dancer. And he got him to go in, and I taught him how to do the split. The Brooklyn Bridge never saw him do the split.
No, right.
But I was with the Brooklyn Bridge some too. I recorded all of them, the re-hits, the remastered songs.
Yes.
Johnny, they were not getting paid, so therefore Johnny called me, and then I went and I did all those songs again over with the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yes, that was that double CD that they used to promote, right? So now, JT, before they were doing the doo-wop shows on Channel 13, a lot of people never knew the artists who did the songs. Okay,
right.
Sometimes the songs were bigger than the artists, and one of the biggest songs in history was your next release, which took on a life of its own after you guys released it. It's played at every Sweet 16 ever in history, and
by every race.
By every race, every nationality, every language knows this song. We're going to talk about this. Ladies and gentlemen, the signature song for the Crests. We're talking about the incomparable 16 Candles. Anthony, hit it.
16 candles make a lovely light, but not as bright as your eyes tonight.
Yeah.
What do you say when you finally get that song that is so worldly and so universally accepted that now you guys are working all over the country? You're doing American Bandstand, you're doing Dick Clark, you're doing the Freed shows. I mean, you're working all over America, right?
Yeah, but the thing about it, the racial stuff hadn't really stopped yet. And we went down, we were down south in Little Rock, Arkansas, and there was still stuff going on. But one thing I will say, that song made people love us. All kinds of people from the Ku Klux Klan loved us. They took us fishing. They did things that you would not believe. And that because of that song, everybody loved it.
Okay, do me a favor once again. Repeat what you just said about being down south and people loving it so much that they didn't care about your nationality and race. Say that again.
See us together at that particular time. There were not even no groups that were hiding in any place that were mixed groups. And so whenever we show on the scene, like when we show up at the Apollo, they say, "Well, where's the group?" And then they show them, they say, "No, it ain't no way that's the group," right? And down in Little Rock, Arkansas, during the riots, people rioted, but they didn't storm us. And they all loved us because of 16 Candles. In Japan, I heard 16 Candles done in Japanese on a jukebox at the airport, and everybody all over the world, all kind, Ku Klux Klan, people that hated other people, they loved us because of that song.
Wouldn't that be a great way for the world to still be today, JT?
Well, I'll tell you, it didn't really go away because that song is still, it supersedes any other thing.
Right.
When it comes down to that and being 16, that takes a precedent over every other thing.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that's what people see and believe, and they're not going to change.
Right. So your song 16 Candles kind of helped ease some tensions.
It helped me ease a lot of tensions because in situations that we were in, they might have hung somebody else.
Right, right. Well, we thank God that they went about it the right way, of course.
And they used to bring us moonshine and all that stuff. I'm talking about the good old boys.
Really?
Used to bring us moonshine and whatever. They took care of us and they brought it to us. And there were other times that we went to the South with integrated units. And, you know, my wife was in it for a while. She's Jewish. And we traveled all over. Never had a problem. Never.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic, JT. You know, when we were talking before, I told you that I spent most of my career as an Elvis act, but now I do a mixture of all different types of music. And one song I always do in my doo-wop segment is one of my favorites. And it just seems that I happen to get everybody involved when I do this song, when we do this step by step. It's a great song. Yeah, great. So we get the whole audience involved. We say, okay, everybody say first step, second step. So out there listening to us and watching us, a little bit of step by step, and you can sing along if you want. Anthony, hit it.
That was a dancer. Yep. That was a good one.
Yep.
Step by step, I fell in love with you. And step by step, it wasn't hard to do. Kiss by kiss and hand, that's the way it all began. Soon we found the perfect plan for love. Side by side, we took a lover's walk.
What a bouncy song.
That was a good one.
That was a great one.
Good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one from Bert Keys, Billy Dawn Smith.
Right.
To Dixon.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Now, we played a video while you were, I know you can't see it because you're on a phone, but we played a video where you guys appeared on a show and you were on a set of steps. Was that American Bandstand or the Dick Clark show or something else?
Yeah, well, I that was my idea to do it on the steps. And, you know, other people will claim the only good I really got out of the Crests was because some things that were not done by anybody else, I did. I named the group the Crests. That was before Crest toothpaste. There was only Gleam toothpaste. I named the group the Crests. Some people said, no, we don't like that name. And what I meant was, it was the Crests. the crest was the crest of a wave. The crest is the top of a mountain. The crest was something great, and I thought it was good for the group, and it wound up being unique.
So the toothpaste got their name from you.
They got it from me personally. I mean, they didn't tell me, hey, JT, yeah, we like to name the crest. Everybody said no, because during that time, they didn't want the guys in the group to have, you know, a lot to do with it, because they didn't want to pay a lot of money. And so if you could name it and do a lot of things to it, that made you more important, and they wanted you to sort of stand back. And so they reluctantly took the name the Crest on.
Right. So you mean you don't get a royalty check from the toothpaste company?
No, never.
No, never.
I mean, that would make me. I'd be as big as Michael Jackson.
Right. True.
Because that's the biggest company in the world.
Right, absolutely. So as we noticed in that video, Patricia had left the group by then. Why did she leave? Because she was young, or was she getting married, or what was the reason for that?
Well, Patricia was kind of feisty herself. I mean, she was like, she had this drive. You know, she wanted to do stuff, and her mother didn't want her on the road touring, with a group of guys. I guess she wanted her to be, a doctor or a scientist or a lawyer or something like that. And her mother did not appreciate her, though she let Luther go, right? But she wasn't so cool. She wasn't so cool about letting Patricia go, because Patricia was so feisty. Patricia was live, a live wire.
Right. Okay.
And she wanted to protect her baby.
Right. Did Patricia still record with you, even though she didn't do the shows?
No. For some reason, we wound up just not being together, and we wanted her, but her mama said, no, that's my daughter. I'm not sending my only daughter out there.
Okay.
Like that.
All right.
I wouldn't. Nothing would have happened to her,
right.
Except she might have had more fun.
Did you ever run into Patricia after that?
I ran into her a couple of times, but she passed on. Patricia's been dead for about 40 years.
It's 40 years? Wow.
At least.
Wow. Okay. All right. We spoke.
And Luther's name was Ronnie. If anybody ever called Luther Ronnie, he falls apart, because he know you really know him. His father was Luther, and his father was in the service, got killed in the service.
Okay. Wow. Let me ask you this, which I know the answer to, because just knowing the type of people, type of guy you are, when you were on the road, we talked about the South. Was there any trepidation going to the Midwest? Was there any problems going towards the middle of America?
Well, no, it was. Because like I said, during the early 50s, black people couldn't vote anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I talk to some people, they say, they take it for granted that racial balance and all that stuff was at a low, but it was at a high, because it was certain years back during that time that they voted that we could even vote.
Right.
You know what I mean? Back during that time, we couldn't vote.
Right.
You know, and maybe there were some states in the north, but basically, you know, we couldn't vote.
Tell me about performing at the Apollo. So
That's
tell me about how
people
Johnny.
were stunned when they saw we had Johnny Maestro
Yeah,
and Harold Torres. I mean, he looked more Italian than anything, and us together the way we were, and Tommy was a light-skinned black, and I was a darker complected guy, and they saw us together. They know that we were a match made in heaven somehow, you know, and we were danced and did splits and did all that stuff together.
right.
And they were shocked to see it like that because, I mean, they were voting and stuff in the north, but there were a lot of, you go down to Baltimore, you couldn't even vote.
Right. What a different time. What a different time.
Yeah, well, you know, it's all going to come to be. It's all going to get to be a great thing, and we'll realize each other's value. And, you know, and I messed around, and I know a little Jewish, a little Italian, a little everything. And I learned it all. And I learned it all from being on the Lower East Side, right?
Right.
And for loving people. A lot of people that knew me and that knew us. It was a melting pot. It was not anything that you could fake. You couldn't, we were all together. We were raised. I was raised by the Yentas raised me. You know what a Yenta is?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, the Yentas raised me. If I was doing something wrong out in the street, the Yentas would say, "You come over here." They'd grab me by the ear and take me upstairs to my mother.
Wow.
And so we raised each other. And my mother raised them. And she spoke Italian and, you know, all those things like that.
That's great. That's wonderful.
We had a great time together. I pray it could be like that.
So do I. And so do a lot of our listeners and viewers. They want peace and harmony in the worst way. JT, is it true you wrote
it now?
What was that?
They gotta have it now, the way things are.
Yeah.
You know,
we got to get together.
Yeah, but I want you to know that I recorded. You asked me what songs did I record? I recorded. If you don't know me by now, you remember If You Don't Know Me by Now?
Yeah.
I went and I did the re-record on that. I did The Worst That Could Happen, the re-record on that. I did My 16 Candles, which you could get that on Decca Records, right?
Right.
And I recorded. I'm just trying to think. I got them all mixed up in my head at one time. Yeah, but I did my 16 Candles, and check out Decca Records, J.T. Carter, and see what I did.
Yeah, we're gonna promote that. We're gonna promote that, absolutely. Is it true you wrote the song "The Wild One" for the movie "The Wild Ones"?
Yep, but this is the reverse side of that. You know, it was the reverse side of that, and that was written. You're talking about Rachel and Beautiful. Jordan Christopher, they came to get me to join their group. It was Jordan Christopher and the Wild Ones, and then the first gig we did was at the White House.
What year was that? What year was that, JT?
That was the first gig we did.
What year was that?
Oh God! See, I'm kind of rough with these years.
Okay.
I just know it was like, let's just say it was in the early, after Johnny left the group, 61, so it was about 2 years after that.
So was JFK in office?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was before November 63. Okay.
Right.
Wow, that's great. That's great. You know what? I got to tell you, I love all the hits that you guys did, but the purpose of this show is to let people know of the stuff that you did that wasn't wildly popular. And you guys recorded a version of In the Still of the Night, which I think is fabulous. So we're going to play a little bit of the Crests version of the of the 5 seconds In the Still of the Night. Anthony, hit it.
In the still of the night, I held you tight, 'cause I love you so. Promise I'll never let you go.
I love that version, JT. I love that version.
That one's special.
That's special?
Absolutely special. You know what? Everybody thinks I'm a bass. Can I sing one little bit of some tenor for you?
I would love if you sing a little bit of your tenor.
Listen to this.
Go ahead.
Did you hear that?
Did we hear it? Everybody's loving it. The comments are going crazy.
No, because I studied for the Metropolitan Opera.
You really did.
Yeah, and I studied with a guy named Wendell Scott Cumberland. He had he did some really famous people at the Met, and I sang all kinds of stuff. Treasure san kenina acho non dorma più, acho non dorma più, tipo di cimbali. You know what I mean?
We're in awe. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. That's fabulous.
And so between that and the Italian arias and the Jewish folk songs, Mein Yiddish Mama, and all that stuff, music to me is what I love, and I love people of all kinds. Music makes them all one.
Right. You're right. You're 100% right. And I think our viewers and listeners just realized that you can still sing at the young age. What are you now? What, 48, 49?
Yeah, I'm 49.
49.
I'm 79.
79. God bless you. When's your birthday?
80. I'll be 80 in about 2 weeks.
What's the birthday?
June 5th.
June 5th. Well, we're going to say happy birthday to you on that day. That's fabulous. That's great. I want to say just a few of the accomplishments before I get to the next part of the interview. Some of the accolades that the Crests have gotten over the past years. You were inducted in 2000 into the United Group Harmony Association, which is a world famous UGHA.
Right.
And then 2004, you're inducted into the Vocal Group Hall of Fame, which is one of the premier establishments for Hall of Fames.
Yeah. And by the way, Elvis's group, as I sang 16 Candles, Elvis's Jordanaires backed me up.
On your version of 16 Candles, you were backed up by the Jordanaires.
Yeah.
Wow, this is history. This is history. In 2004, in 2005, you got inducted into the Doo-Wop Hall of Fame. Okay.
Right.
So that's all good like that. Now, personally, in 2013, you were recognized by the state of Pennsylvania on the House floor by the Speaker, Sam Smith, and Representative Rosemary Brown with a Lifetime Achievement Award and the first African American to create an interracial vocal group.
Right.
That must have been a wonderful award for you to get.
Wonderful. And the people we were all friends. We were all friends and brothers and sisters. And so they get the award as well as me.
That's very humble of you to say that, because a lot of people don't recognize those who get them there. But you're different. You're a different man. I can see that.
We're lucky because we saw the love and we felt the love. And music made it happen. It wasn't nothing else. It was just music.
Right. I want to talk a little bit about Johnny before we get to the next song or the next part. Yeah. You remained very close with Johnny, correct?
Johnny used to call me on. In fact, the Brooklyn Bridge used to get jealous because Johnny used to call me to do recording sessions and all that stuff with the bridge, right? Mm-hmm. And the bridge would get jealous because Johnny wanted me. He says, "No, I want him. I want him to do it," right? And that always made me feel good because Johnny never lost his soul. And maybe the group, they wanted a certain look or a certain thing they wanted. But Johnny never lost his soul, and he used to love my mother's cornbread and black eyed.
Really? Now, Johnny didn't leave the group for creative differences. It was to pursue a solo career, right?
Johnny left the group because a lot of people would number one, they were jealous of Johnny anyway. Because Johnny, anything Johnny did, he could just do it better, right? I could have been the leader of the Crests and all that stuff, but Johnny just had that thing about it, and it all worked out. It all worked out, and but the fact that they weren't. A lot of people didn't see it like we did. You know, a lot of people didn't really want us to be not a tremendous amount, but some people, they thought it was different, that we were different. And some people didn't really like that. You know what I mean? Your difference, people cannot like you for your differences too, although they like it.
Some people are narrow-minded.
Yeah, they may like you and love you and hate you at the same time.
Right. So Johnny,
the music business, people they're very touchy about that. And they see you, with more girls and maybe prettier ones than they had, and they get kind of weird like that.
Right.
But I want to tell you, one of the best people that I ever met in my whole life was Frankie Avalon.
Really? Why is that?
Frankie Avalon used to take care of us like with kid gloves. We go on the road, we go to places where we couldn't even check into the hotel. Frankie Avalon made sure it happened. Whatever we were trying to do. He always looked out for us. Connie Francis always looked out for us. Elvis always looked at Jackie Wilson. You know what I mean? People like that, Bobby Rydell. They always looked out for us. We were all together. We were like a team. They call us I forget the name that they had for us, but it meant that we were together, and we were together. There was a riot in Little Rock, Arkansas, and those guys, they stuck up for us. They stuck up for each other.
That's fabulous. That means a lot for you to say that, to give public kudos, because so many people don't remember.
Elvis was good to us. He was good to us. And Elvis, Jackie Wilson. Elvis used to say, I said, what are you doing? You said, you all right? You said, you watching your fans down there? He said, you better be watching them. He said, we got to get them all.
That's great. In 1961, what, JT? What?
That was the king. He was a lovely person.
You know, I'm so happy for you to say that because I'm going to bring up something that happened last week, which was proven untrue. Quincy Jones, a great producer, a great musician, a great talent, made a remark that he heard Elvis Presley say something very racist. And then he quoted Otis Blackwell as saying the same thing. But yet, Otis Blackwell admitted to never meeting Elvis Presley. So that statement by Quincy Jones is unfounded. And here we have
Yeah, I know when that was too. That was at the Apollo Theater when Elvis was there, right? Just so something broke out backstage, and there was some words crossed, and they swear to God that Elvis said that word, and he did not. I didn't hear him say it.
Okay, so now we have it. All right, now we have it from the horse's mouth. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here is a man with his memory and his mind telling you that from what he knows, Elvis Presley was a God-fearing and human being lover.
And believe me, if he had a beautiful woman, he wanted you to have one too. He was not one to want to have everything and you to have nothing.
Wow.
He was not like that. He was a wonderful person.
Now, you knew Jackie Wilson very well.
Very, very well.
Very well.
Elvis was very impressed by Jackie.
Right. And after Jackie had the stroke in New Jersey, we heard that Elvis Presley paid his hospital bills until he passed away. You believe that?
Oh, for sure. Ain't no way he wouldn't do that.
Okay.
No, he couldn't live with himself if he didn't do that.
Wow.
But a wonderful person, a wonderful heart love, hug and kiss me. Wonderful person. Couldn't beat it. And his son, Bobby Wilson.
Yeah.
Got the same blood. That's definitely Jackie's blood. There's no doubt it's Jackie's blood. I bet my life on it.
Well, not only does he look exactly like Jackie, he's got the talent to prove there's blood there.
Yeah, there's blood there. There's no way that it could be anything else.
Right.
He could dress up in anything he wanted and go out there. They would still see Jackie.
Right. 1961, Johnny leaves the Crests, and you induct a new lead singer who had a hit on his own in the late 50s with a group called the Willows. You recorded a couple of songs with Tony Middleton.
You hold my hand, you understand. He and I just sound just alike.
That's great. We love Tony. Of course, Church Bells May Ring is one of my most favorite songs in the world. So right now we're going to play a little bit of Tony Williams, lead vocals on the Crests. Baby, I Gotta Know. Hit it, Anthony.
Baby, I gotta know I'm the one in your heart. Gotta know that we never will part. I just can't go on hoping you want me, you need me, and love me so. Can't keep fooling my heart when my heart says.
I love it. I love the song. Love the song.
Good one.
Yeah, I'd say another great one.
Absolutely.
So now,
a person like, he's still around,
I know. I'm trying to get in touch with him, and I cannot get anywhere near him. So maybe you could facilitate.
I saw him lately. I mean, I think it was the last year, though.
Yeah, I'd love to interview him, JT. If there's any way you could facilitate that, I would love it.
Let me see what I can do.
Sure, of course. So now the British invasion comes to America, and regular music is changed forever. What did you do? What did you
When I
do?
go out to change, Jimi Hendrix was playing guitar for me.
When was that?
This is back during the time when Jimmy got out of the service. When he got out of the Army, he came and he was playing gigs with the Crests.
Right. And he worked with Joey D as well. Sure.
Right.
So were you doing shows from 63 on? Were you still doing regular work?
Oh, yeah. I never stopped doing that. And the hotel thing and the casinos and stuff like that, I never stopped doing that. I kept right on.
Right.
And people appreciated it. You know, they appreciated what I had to give, and it felt good to me. So I kept on.
So there was still a market for you in midst of all the 60s stuff. Okay.
Right.
Okay. And then in 1973, you met a young lady named Leona, who became part of your act.
Right. Right.
And she plays like a ton of instruments, I hear.
She was with the Metropolitan Opera.
Another one with the Met. Wow. That's fabulous.
Okay.
That's great.
Got me interested.
Is that a fact?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then you also spent some time with the Drifters, am I correct?
Yeah. Me and Charlie Thomas, we were on the road, and then the Drifters used to book gigs, and I'd wind up filming the gigs for them.
That's phenomenal. I tell you, so wonderful to hear these stories about how everybody worked with each other to do this. Tell me about Cousin Brucey. He worked a lot with Cousin Brucey.
Cousin Brucey was the man. I was going to try to get him to do the split, but he wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't do it?
No. I was trying to get him to do it. We did the show with the Isley Brothers. I was trying to get Cousin Brucey to do the split.
Wow.
He said, not this time, brother.
Right. Now you kept I found it funny, some of the shows when the Brooklyn Bridge was on a show and they would add you as well. But there was still a camaraderie there. There was still a love of each other.
We couldn't help it. And plus Johnny had, he had enough hits there, and we both had enough hits. So to have us both, it was, that was a wonderful thing.
Right. That's something unbelievable. Now, who is in your current incarnation of the Crests?
You mean now?
Yeah.
We're not really doing anything now since this thing happened.
Okay, so let's say you get a phone call tomorrow that in 3 months they want you to appear on a show. Who are your vocalists of choice?
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. I've got some really talented singers,
right?
But I'm not really sure. I can't be sure about that.
Okay, that's more of an honest answer than that we can't ask for.
Well, in fact, if I say it, they may try to hold me to it.
Okay, then let's not go there as well. Now, you are very influential in a movement called the Truth in Music Act.
Got it.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I was one of the first ones to sign on for that.
Right.
And what do you call it? Bowser had to do with it. And every song, Bowser and those guys never even had a straight up hit. but he helped a lot. He helped a lot in seeing to it that that the guys didn't just get walked on too hard, which is pretty hard after you're in a group like that.
Right.
It's pretty hard to come out and start shooting marbles with the big guys and doing all that stuff again. And after that much time, you're talking about 50 years. What the heck you want? It's like, hey, it's time to chill out.
Right. Right.
So and people liked it, and I wound up doing it stuff with Tommy Mara.
Yes.
I tried to get him to do some stuff, but he's pretty self-centered. He was he's pretty rough to deal with, but he loved himself so much, so nobody else had to love him. He loved himself enough, so he never missed having love.
Right. I got a question for you here from one of our viewers. There was a concert with you guys at the Brooklyn Fox in 1959.
Wow.
Yeah, the lineup was the Crests, the Skyliners, the Mystics, the Belmonts, the Elegants. Was there any rivalry backstage, or did you all get on all along?
Never.
Never any rivalry.
And also who was on that show was Dionne Warwick and Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons, right?
Yep.
This was the, what do you call it, show? That was the Murray Decay show, right?
A Brooklyn Fight could have been, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the Murray Decay show. We never had any animosity. Never. Absolutely without a doubt. And Brooklyn was just like our home. I mean, we were raised not many blocks from there.
Right.
And we had never had any problem at all, ever. Alan Freed was the most wonderful person on the world. And all the Cutler Bruceys and all of those guys, they just got off. They had a ball with the music and just watching them. But the best show that you ever would want to see would be on the break during the intermission.
Why was that?
Because you would see Jackie Wilson singing a song, Clyde McFadden backing him up, Joey D and the Starlighter singing some background, whoever. They were just there, and they were singing their hearts out to each other. And just to watch that show was, to your heart, you just never forget. You never forget Sam Cooke standing there singing with Nat King Cole and all of them together singing like that. You never forget that.
Too bad there weren't cameras. Yeah, too bad there weren't cameras backstage at that point.
Well, you know who did have one?
Who?
In fact, what's his name? Neil Sedaka.
Neil Sedaka again.
Neil Sedaka had one, and the other guy, I can't think of his name. But what these guys would do, they'd sing songs, and they'd write songs off of those songs. And I'm sure that they would put those songs out as their records to be.
Sure. Of course. You said check out Decca Records for the J.T. Carter collection, right?
Yeah. I never thought that I would see. I never thought that I would see. When I put your hand, I realized I'm getting closer to you. Someday to you. I never. Oh God, I can't even believe it. That I can't even think of the name of this song.
That's okay.
Closer to your heart.
Right.
Closer to your heart, and it was on the same record that the other one was on, the Wild Ones.
Same record. Okay.
Same record.
Where can people get JT Carter's recordings through your website?
You could very easy. All you got to do is Google up JT Carter 16 Candles, 16 Candles CD video.
Okay, you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed our interview tonight with this doo-wop original and doo-wop legend, check out his website. Check out all the stuff relating to JT Carter and the Crests. And JT, before we go, we want to thank Eric Kroll and Eric Kroll Productions for setting this interview up between us.
He's my guy. He loves the music, and he always was. He's like my son. And it's just wonderful having him around. And there's a lot of things that I miss, but he's not one of them. He's right there with me. Well, whenever something happens, he's there. He tells the story just like it is. He makes sure we're taken care of, and he travels with me personally.
Well, you know what? I'm so thankful that he answered my email, and I'm so thankful you agreed to do this. And when things open up and you feel safe enough, you have an open invitation with Eric to my house for Sunday dinner.
Hey, I'm coming, brother.
But there's one catch.
But tell me one thing. What do? I get kishka? Or what do I get? What style of food do I get?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you sing My Yiddish Mama, I'll give you pastrami and but if you sing O Sole Mio, my wife will make you macaroni meatballs.
I know that one very well.
Well, then let's stick with the Italian. JT, I want to thank you.
Mott Street and Mulberry Street. That's where I was almost born.
Yes.
That's where everything started. There would never been a Crests not for Mott Street and Mulberry Street, and all of the guys down there, and the good boys, the good old boys, and everybody. You know, that's the Lower East Side was where it was at.
Right.
You could hear a guy coming down the street going, "Watermelon," and you wonder, what is he saying? He had watermelons. He was selling them out of the back of a horse-drawn wagon. Right?
That's so great. That's so great. Hey, JT, we're going to have to cut this out, but you had said, you had talked about Michael Jackson before. Tell us a little bit about Michael for about a minute.
Well, I didn't know Michael at all, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But I didn't really know him personally. But my closest alliance with him was with Diana Ross.
Okay,
that was real good, you know.
Right.
So that was it. And in Talmadge Golf, he used to go with Aretha Franklin.
Really?
And I recorded a bunch of songs with what is his name? Teddy Pendergrass.
Sure. Well, yeah, Teddy Pendergrass, of course.
Oh yeah, did stuff with him. Did stuff with Benny King. I've been around a little bit.
Yeah, I think
I never met Michael.
Okay. Well, I'm sure.
Right. He recorded 16 Candles.
Yes.
The Angels Listen In.
Yep.
And all of that. He knew who you were.
Oh, he knew who you were. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, he re-recorded the song.
Right. Wow.
You'll find it. He did a pretty good version of 16 Candles, too. And he did The Angels Listen In.
Wow. Wonderful. Well, I got to tell you something, JT. You have a friend in us. If we could do anything to promote a show or any projects you might be thinking of doing in the near future, all you have to do is ask for our support, and we will be there for you.
You gotta come with me some way and help me do this documentary.
All you have to do is ask, and I will be there.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we do every week, the only way a performer knows that they did a great job is by your applause. So please, out there in social media land, let's give this gentleman, original founding member of one of the best, the Crest, Mr. JT Carter, a big round of applause. Thank you, JT.
Oh, I love
Thank you, JT. I'll call you soon. Thank you. Wow. What a great show, ladies and gentlemen. I got to tell you, I don't know how we're nailing these guests. Now, of course I do. Eric Kroll Productions, thank you so much. And right now, back to another word from our sponsors.
Hi, my name is Howard, and along with my partner Karen, we are Cruise Planners Dream Destinations Travel. Contrary to the name, we are a full-service travel agency specializing in individual, multi-generational, and group vacations. Certified with all major cruise lines, we are also represent all resorts and all-inclusives throughout the beautiful Caribbean and Mexico. Let us build your dream vacation. Please call us at 347-398-8653 for a free, no-obligation quote.
Hi, this is Francisco. Many people call me the creative CPA. If you need help with your taxes or financial matters, please email me your cell number and the best time and day to call you. You can email me at franciscisco@aol.com, and Cisco is spelled SISCO, the creative CPA. It's that simple, that easy. Thank you.
Little Italy Auto Repair at 628 Crescent Avenue in the true Little Italy of the Bronx. Over 50 years of automotive service excellence, ASE and state certified, offering all types of services to all types of cars. Discounts to first responders, military, Fordham University students and faculty. All work is done by Victorio with the highest level of quality possible. Telephone number is 718-933-2365 or visit his website at www.littleitalyAutobronx.webs.com. That's Little Italy Auto Repair. Thank you all for the comments. Unfortunately, I can't see the screen too well, so I can't answer you back personally. But I want to tell you, we love everybody for tuning onto our show. Don't forget, our T-shirt is available. We sold out of the large and extra large right now, but we have small and mediums. Anthony put the T-shirt picture up. All right, there we go. The first 15 guests available in black and white. Send us a message so you can know how to get one of these T-shirts, either hand-delivered or through the mail. Next week's show, May the 31st, two of the darlings of pop and doo-wop music, Barbara and Rosa Hawkins of the Dixie Cups, the recording artists for Chapel of Love, and many more will be here. We're so happy to have them on the show. Don't forget, you can hear our show on ItalianAmericanRadio.com and HamiltonRadio.com as well. We also want to let you know about the show July 31st in Long Island, presented by Legends Productions and Bebop Partners. Anthony put the poster up of the concert. Thank you. The Tramps, Dennis Stefano of the Buckinghams, Howard Melvin's Blue Notes, Bobby Wilson creating a tribute to his father, Jackie, Jay Siegel's Tokens, and Russell Tompkins and the New Stylistics, hosted by the Wise Men, the Chicklets on backing vocals, and music by the Coda Band. That's at the Long Island Community Hospital Amphitheater. I think that's Beth Page. I'm not too sure. The 31st of July, 7 o'clock, we will be there. Be square. Don't forget about my award dinner on July 21st. If you have a business and you want to take an ad out, please send me a message for the Visions Bronx Westchester Advisory Board Award Dinner. I was named the 2020 Man of the Year, one of the recipients. So we're having a dinner. If you'd like to join us for the dinner or for the ad, make sure you send us a message. Oh, what else? Okay. I think, oh, yes, we have room for one more sponsor. If you'd like to sponsor an ad on the show, whether you're a local business or a nationwide business, everybody send me a message. We are being seen in the thousands over the course of a month. Thousands are hearing and seeing our show. So if you're looking for an inexpensive way to get your product, your brand, and your name out there, send me a message and we'll talk. I want to thank my producer, Anthony, once again. We'll see you next week. God bless you, everybody. Until then, stay safe, stay well. Happy Memorial Day. Remember the fallen and remember the flag. God bless you.